Hello. Hi, how are we doing? It is me once again dropping in. And it is now October. And I'm here to talk to you. I'm going to call this segments for the next couple of weeks. Don't be silent. And this is dedicated to domestic violence awareness. And I just want to come and speak to y'all a little bit about it because one, I'm a very big, huge advocate for it. And yes, I've been through it twice. So a little something about me is the fact is that about 2011 was the first time I've actually encountered domestic violence. And the emotional feeling and the disrespect and the vulnerability that you feel when you go through this process is unbelievable. You go through these moments and you just don't know how to react to it when it's not something you are actually expecting or have you ever been in or been through. And with these segments, I'm here to just give you the raw version of it, like I'm here to, be a how you say an advocate for the things that I've been through and no, I don't look like my scars. And I'm happy that I don't because a lot of times we go through a situation and we then tend to take all of that baggage with you and never release it. With me, I was determined to release it because I had two beautiful girls that watched me. They watch my every move. They watch everything I do. They watch, from night and day. I can't even go to the bathroom by myself. And my pure facts about that is that the fact is that, as a mom, you never want your kids to really see you go through anything in the world. But at times, world things happen, and you got to learn how to adjust to it and what can you do to reconstruct what happened. With me, I went through it in 2012, then I went through it again in 2004, about 15, I think, no, 2016, because I got out of it in 2017. And this process is very traumatizing. And yes, I did deal with the fact is that I got stalked. So that also added anxiety and it added PTSD and it added depression and it added frustration, anger, and a whole lot of different emotions. But my words of wisdom to you is if you're going through something and you're afraid not to talk about it, or if you're afraid not to speak out, you sit in silence. It can be a deadly thing because in the same time, it could be your life that you're leaving in someone else's hands. It could be you're causing damage to yourself because you never talk about it, or you will never trust, love, or even want to be around anyone ever again because we internalize all of that. And as women, we are very emotional. And with our emotional, it comes different sides. And then if you never fix the problem or never talk about it or get healed about it, then you go into another relationship. And then what? That's the baggage you carry. So a lot of times you have to realize that you have to face yourself in the mirror. You have to forgive yourself for allowing certain things to happen. No, it wasn't your vision and it wasn't what you was expecting, but things happen. And now it's time for you to put on, those big girl pants and understand that, all right, you went through something. And all right, it was traumatizing. And yes, you can still be fearful, you can still have anxiety, you can still be anxious, and you still can have triggers. But you have to learn how to work through them. You got to be ready to work through them. And if you're not ready to work through them, it's going to be an even harder process. And in the same time through this process, I know it's not going to be easy. It's a lot of emotion that goes through this because you're going to wake up some days and you might be crying. You're going to wake up some days to where you feel like crap. You're going to wake up some days to where you like frustrated, mad at the world, want to throw and break everything. You're going to face some days to where it's just not an easy day. And I can't explain it any better than you have to figure out the positivity of what you've been through. And no, it's nothing positive about going through domestic violence, but the strength you get after you go through the process of healing is amazing. And I can say that because I went through it. Do I still have my struggles? Because we're not going to say, all right, I'm all the way fixed and I don't have any issues and I'm good to go. No. But I have used my story to be the breaker into breaking the barriers and to help people survive through their trauma. Because some trauma is worse than others. And I'm not here to say all trauma, you're going to be an easy way to get through it. But you got to be ready to do the work to be a better version of yourself. Because, yes, you're going to go through a whole lot of emotions. You're going to go through a whole lot of trust issues, insecurities, and loyalties, and all the above. But in order to take the steps, you got to forgive yourself first. Forgive yourself for allowing certain things in your life. Forgive yourself for settling for certain things. Forgive yourself for just not wanting to see the signs, because there are signs and some of them pop up without our knowledge. Like, there's just some people that just have this psychotic break or whatever it may be. And no, it don't, it's under, something that I don't understand, because there's some stories I heard and it's just like, you like, wow, and it wasn't a sign. But I can say with mine, the first one was signs and I just was blinded to it. The second one, I wouldn't even say what I went through was signs to it, because there was a whole 3 years in, and the person actually was dealing with mental issues. And those mental issues wasn't apparent when I first was dealing with them. So, it's my story, and I'm not here to have anybody judge me. And if you do, I really don't care at the same time. I'm here to bring awareness to domestic violence. And, a lot of times we don't want to talk about it. It's okay to speak out. It's okay to don't be silent. It's okay to not be embarrassed. It's okay to say, yeah, this happened to me and I have a story to tell and I want to get it off my chest so I can heal now to grow into a better woman. Because if we don't heal those scars, the next relationship is not going to get any better, because then you're going to think they are just the same as the person you just left. So for me to you is, I'm going to just tell you for this first segment of our Don't Be Silent is just, think about it. Think about what you want to do for you. Know your worth. Know who you are. Know what you want to accept. And my words to you as always is love yourself first and be strong through it. And this have been Sheena, the lady behind the mask, the author of The Mask Behind the Mask. And I'm just dropping in for domestic violence awareness for the month. And there's also breast cancer awareness as well. But, I'm going to definitely hop on. You will see me every Wednesday dropping in. And, well, actually today's Tuesday, but you will see this Wednesday morning. And we're going to have a talk about don't being silent and speaking out. Now, if you have any questions or you have anything that you want me to answer or anything that you want me to refer to in my videos, you can always contact me at www.theladybehindthemask.com, or you can contact me at Sheena Goodine Author on Facebook, or you can contact me at my email, sgourdine, which is SGOURDINE 16@gmail.com. And I'll be gladly ready to answer anything in my videos for you. I'm going to say, as always, stay safe, stay definitely prayed up, and keep the blessings going. And to you and all, just pay attention to the signs, because they're there. The next episode, I probably will give you some signs of certain things that you could look for if you weren't paying attention and you were blinded to love. Because a lot of times we hear their tones and a lot of different things tend to happen. So just tune in. Have a good one.